The shofar was used in Rosh Hashanah, and Yovel, and Tanis. Some shofars were made from a behemoth called Yoel Poshut, it's a straight shofar, and some shofars were made from an Ayil, a Duchra, a Zochor, which is a ram. What is a Yoel? It's not clear. We find a machlokes between Rashi and the Oruch. Rashi says it's a chayo, and the Oruch says it's a behemoth. A kisva ketano. An ayil is a godel, and it turns around, and a kisva ketano is more straight. Rashi says it's an eshtam book. Ako, the Targum says, means yalo, ako b'tishoin, in Parshas Re'ei. We have a machlokes in the Mishnah. If Rosh Hashanah and Yovel, we should use an ayil kofuf or yoel poshut. The Anekama says on Rosh Hashanah should be a yoel poshut, and on Yovel should be ayil kofuf. Rabbi Yehuda disagrees. In Rosh Hashanah should be with a ayil kofuf, and the Yovel should be a yoel poshut. Rabbi Levi in the Gemara says, always we should use a shofar shel ayil kofuf. That's what we're asking like. Next to the mouth of the shofar, there was a tzipui zohov or tzipui kesef. In Rosh Hashanah was a tzipui zohov, and on Atanis was a tzipui kesef. That was a locho in the Beis Hamikdash. A shofar of a poro is a machlokes in the Mishnah. The Chacham say you're not allowed to use it, and Rabbi Yosei disagrees. It is a kosher shofar. A shofar of a behemoth temeyo is a machlokes rishonim. One of the reasons why a shofar shel poro is possible, the Gemara says, because ein kategor naases haneger. In Rabbi Yossi, that is matir a shofar shel poro does not hold of the svara of ein kategor naases haneger. The Pharisee Yisrael asks Akasha, since we pass in ein kategor naases haneger, and that's why the Kohen Gadol is not allowed to go lifnai v'lifnim with big day zohov, and the shofar can lifnai v'lifnim domi. That's why we cannot use a shofar shel poro. How come the Mishnah says that on Rosh Hashanah you're supposed to have a shofar metzupe zohov next to the mouth should be with gold? As the Tiferet Yisrael, ein kategor naases haneger. According to Rabbi Yossi, it's not a kasha because Rabbi Yossi does not hold of the din of ein kategor naases haneger, and that's why Rabbi Yossi is matir a shofar shel poro. But like the Chachomim that they do hold of the din of ein kategor naases haneger, why is shofar shel zohov kosher and shofar shel poro possible? Also, the Rambam brings the din of shofar shel poro posul, and he does not bring the din of mitzupe zohov that says in the Mishnah. We have two terutzim of this kasha, the Menachem Meishiv and the Tiferet Yisrael. The Menachem Meishiv wants to say because the Mishnah of mitzupe zohov is kosher is the Shitas Rabbi Yossi. Like the Chachomim, you're not allowed to be mitzupe zohov, and that's the Shitas Rambam. But the Tiferet Yisrael answers, the Mishnah could be still like the Chachomim, and we say ein kategor naases haneger. And afa piken, you are allowed to have tzipui zohov in the shofar as long as that tzipui zohov is not meshane the koil, and the zohov has nothing to do with the shofar. That the zohov has nothing to do with the koil. It's not a problem from kategor naases haneger. But the shofar shel poro, the whole entire shofar makes the koil, and that is a problem. The Chido in Sefer Pesach Naim on the Mishnah Shofar shel Shoshona shel Yoel Poshut Upiv Mitzupe Zohov comes to tell us the time why the Shofar shel Poro is possible. The Gemara says three reasons why the Tanakama passes a Shofar shel Poro. One, because it's not called Shofar, it's called a Keren, and the Torah wants a Shofar that it's called a Shofar in the Torah. The second time is Ula. Ula says the psul is as ein kategor naases haneger. Shofar shel poro reminds us of the egel, and the Chachomim hold that this is a sakona. Ein kategor naases haneger. Abaye says shofar echad u'merachamono v'lo beis v'gimel shofres, and a shofar shel poro looks like multiple shofars one in another. And the Yerushalmi says that a shofar of Yoel, it's not considered a shofar. So when the Mishnah says a shofar shel Yoel is kosher, is leafuke the tam that passes as the shem shofar. That's not the psul of a shofar shel poro. The second time, Ula's tam as ein kategor naases haneger, it's also not a psul because we use metzupe zohov. The ikar tam is like Abaye. Shofar echad u'merachamono. That's why the Chido says in Pesach Naim. The chelef of a chayo is muteres, but has to have karnayim mefutzolois. That's a siman from the kosher chayo. If it's not mefutzolois, have to have three other simonim in the karnayim. Has to be kruchois, charukois, and chadurois. We have many pshotim in these leshonas. Kruchois, one pshat means like a krach, round. Another pshat is kruchois, shchovois, shchovois, v'nirois ke keren betoich keren. That's the first lotion of Rashi and the way Rabbi Hananel learns in the Gemara. And the Gemara says that a shor also has karnayim kruchois, and nobody's going to make a mistake and eat the chelef of a behemoth just because it has the horns kruchois, because you need other simonim, and the shor doesn't have those simonim to make it a kosher chayo. It must have all three simonim. What are the other simonim? Chadukois or chadurois. If the shor has kruchois and a chayo tehoiro has also kruchois, how can we use the shofar of a chayo tehoiro? Should be a psul, according to Abaye, mishun shofar echot omer rachmono veloi beis begimol shofres. But Eno Hanami, who says that a shofar of a chayo is kosher for Rosh Hashanah? Maybe a shofar of a chayo, according to Abaye, is possible to use on Rosh Hashanah. Since has karnaim kruchois, krach al krach, is shofar echot omer rachmono velo shnayim vesholosh shofres. So who says that a chayo's shofar is kosher according to Abaye? And according to Rashi's first pshat, that kruchos means krach al gabi krach, like shofar betoich shofar. The Mishnah says, Shofar shel Yoel is kosher for Rosh Hashanah. If we learn like Rashi, that is a chayo tzorechien. Because a chayo has karnaim kruchois, and that's the psula of the Shofar shel Porah according to Abaye. But if you learn like the Oruch, that is a kisvo ktano, it's not kosher. We don't have a raya that a shofar from a chayo is kosher. But according to Menachem Meishiv, that the Mishnah of Yoel Poshut is the Shittas Rabbi Yossi, not the Shittas of the Chachomim, is no kasher, because Rabbi Yossi is matir a shofar shel poro, and I don't care about shofar echot omer rachmone velo shnayim b'shlosha shofars. But according to the Tiferes Yisrael, that he says that the Mishnah is the Chachomim, adayin tzorechien. Rashi says what means kruchois? Two pshatim. One pshat is krach al gabe krach. Second pshat means round. A krach means a round city. It doesn't mean that the shofar has layers. According to the second pshat of Rashi, a shofar from a Yael, which is kruchois, round, it doesn't necessarily mean that has layers. So the Tiferes Yisrael's mehalach, that a Yael metzupe zohov is according to the Chachomim and is a kosher shofar. Al kochach, we have to say that he learns like the second pshat in Rashi, that kruchos means round, not layers. With Melo, everything is fine. There's no problem from en kategor nasis haneger, ulas mehalach on the chachomim, because the tzipu is not meshane the kol. It doesn't have the problem from Abaye, shofar echot omer rachmon velo shnayim b'sholosh shofros, because kruchos does not mean layers, but means the shape of roundness. It only has a problem that the Yoel doesn't have the name shofar. Can a bal tefillah wear a kittel that has a golden atoro, or a talis that has a golden atoro, or a watch, or glasses made out of gold? Is there a problem from ein kategor naasis haneger or not? There's a famous Hagoz Rabbi Akiva Eger that brings the Sefer Tevas Goime, that Noshim and Leviim are allowed to wear on Yom Kippur Bigdei Zohov. They were not in the Chet Ho'egel. They were not Chote with Zohov. The Mate Ephraim argues with this Hagoz Rabbi Akiva Eger b'shem the Tevas Goime, and he says, Minig Yisrael Toiro Noshim are makpidois not to wear Zohov on Yom Kippur. And those who make the Torah and the Kittel with Zohov, they don't know that there is a Sakono Bedover. So we have a machloikis between the Mate Ephraim and the Tevas Goime. We can say it's stolen the machloikis between the Menachem Meishiv Nefesh and the Tiferes Yisrael. When the Mishnah says, Shofar shel Rosh Hashanah shel Yoel Poshut upiv metzupe Zohov, is this Mishnah according to the Chachomim la'alocha, or this Mishnah keshitas Yechido according to Rabbi Yossi? According to the Chachomim, there's a kpeda from ein kategor nasis haneger, like Udo says. According to Rabbi Yossi, there is no problem from ein kategor nasis haneger. The only time there's a problem with ein kategor nasis haneger is by a lulav hagozel, or the kohen shehorag is a nefesh lo yiso kapov. That's when we say ein kategor nasis haneger, but not by a shofar. According to the Menachem Meishiv Nefesh, tzipui zohov is a problem from ein kategor nasis haneger. And the reason why the Mishnah is matir is because the Mishnah goes according to Rabbi Yossi, that Rabbi Yossi does not hold of the dim of ein kategor nasis haneger by a shofar. According to this pshat, the choira we have to be makpid not to wear any beget of zohov on Yom Kippur, the Torah, the watch, the glasses, because a tzipui is a problem. But according to the Tiferes Yisrael, that he holds the Mishnah is the Chachomim, and he holds that tzipui zohov is a problem from kategor nasis haneger, the Mishnah is only matter when the tzipui zohov is not meshane the kol shofar. That's when there is no problem with kategor nasis haneger. According to this, it's very possible there is no problem to wear a kittel or a beget made out of zohov, and the meaning to make the Torahs made from zohov is not a problem. problem? The Gemara says, how can you wear bigdei zohav outside of the kodesh kodshim? The Gemara says the only problem is if you go lifnai v'lifnim. Now the Bal Tvila does not go lifnai v'lifnim. In Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur we do not go lifnai v'lifnim. So what is the problem? In Tanya says that b'shas gudamen shmone esre we have to be mechaben ki'ilu we are standing lifnai v'lifnim in front of the Oren. Not only on Yom Kippur but every single day by shmone esre. This that says in the Gemara and Shulchan Aruch that when we daven we have to be mechaben ki'ilu we are standing in the Beis Hamikdash. The Tanya is moisif we have to be mechaben ki'ilu we are standing in the kodesh kodshim. That is the case. We have a din of the Kohen Gadol lifnai v'lifnim. Lechoyer that's only by Aish or by Aisha, which is not ksheira to go inside the kodesh kodshim. Could be she's muteres to wear bigdei zohav. Machmas the tevas goyme that notion would not in the het egel, and also they do not enter the kodesh kodshim.